Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is, and here I am out in the morning time out here, and this morning it is like 46 or so out here. Sorry about that. So this is about 46 out here for temperature, so it's pretty cool out here, but I am all bundled up. So, put all the excuses of why you can't get out. If it's cold out, bundle up, but getting out in the morning is a really good time. I came out here to look for my animal friends, my coyote friends out here to give them some food. And anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you could give this video a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget the notification bell, ding, 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 and don't be afraid, don't be shy, swing by and say hi to Starlight, so like some of you have. And thank you to all of you that do reach out to Starlight. I just had Hannah from Colorado that reached out to me yesterday. Hello, Hannah. I met you in person, and you're such a sweetheart. So anyway, don't be afraid to leave me a message down below. Say hello. You could say anything you want as long as it's positive vibrations. And, if you got any questions, you can ask below. And also, besides sending me a message, you can also share these videos with your family or friends. I just seen a beautiful dog out here, and I haven't really seen too many animals out here, but I'm going to say a bird because I can hear them out here. Plus, you can follow my playlist, and that also you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So here we go. Starlight's arm is getting tired here because I have my backpack, but here we go. Today, Starlight wants to talk about a topic she really has not talked about at all on her YouTube channel, and because I'm growing as I'm going and on this spiritual awakening and spiritual journey, self-discovery here, and that's how we all are. We don't all have the answers. Nobody has all the answers, so today I want to talk about that your ego is not your friend. Ooh, your ego, my ego is getting upset with me, oh, Starlight, I am your friend. No, ego, you're not my friend, and your ego, all of us have I want to say like an inner voice. We got like thoughts in our head, and a lot of times we think all those thoughts are ours, and which all your thoughts are not your own. And also, you do have thoughts that are your own, like things that you're working on, and like when you can think to yourself like, I am beautiful, I am great. Yeah, that's you speaking inside your head, but not everything that goes in your mind is yours, your thoughts. So we are on a constant battle inside of our head, and that's the war within. It's not the war outside that you think that we're having. It's the war inside our heads and our mind, so if we can figure out what these thoughts are and what they are about. And that's what I want to talk to you today about, is your ego. Your ego will go against a lot of things that you're working on. You might want to go for that job, but your ego will say, you don't qualify for that job. You might want to go for the guy or girl in your life, and your ego will say, she's never going to love you. He's never going to go with you. It's all the negativity, and that's what you got to watch out for. Is don't let that be your guide. Don't let that lead you in your life by listening to your ego. And it's a lot like being around negative people, but it's in your head. There's a lot of negative influences that could be outside of you, like family or friends, So don't let your ego be your amigo. You gotta, like, tell that ego to go away, and that you're not gonna listen to your ego, and you gotta believe in yourself and trust in yourself. And so today I'm gonna help you to understand that those thoughts, like when you're working on something like goals and stuff like that, your ego is gonna pop up and say, you'll never get that. You're too old. What other things your ego will tell you? Your ego will tell you that you're too young. Your ego will say that you don't look good enough. That it will, when you look in the mirror, your ego will speak and will look at all the flaws and not even notice your heart, not even notice all the good qualities that you have. And it's not about the outward appearance, it's about the inwardness, it's about your heart. But your ego will always constantly pull you away from everything that you're working on. It doesn't like to to work hard and all that stuff. So there's times that you might want to give up, and that's because your ego is, you're listening to your ego instead of believing and trusting in yourself and believing in God. So you gotta, be mindful not to believe every thought that pops in your head, because all those thoughts are not your own, and you don't want your ego running your life, because it's gonna make a big mess in your life. And you'll be afraid to do stuff. Your ego will tell you, oh, don't do that. That's not a safe thing to do. Because outside in our society, there's a lot of negativity outside of you with other people. Everywhere you go, no matter where you go, even though you can go to a church building and think, oh, I'll go to a church, I can get all kinds of help. I'll tell you what, Starlight Winter, yeah, you can get help. But if you go into the wrong church building, it could really mess you up. It could trip you up, because not everybody, it's a church building, it's a building, and there's imperfected perfected people in the church building. The pastor's not perfect, the priest is not perfect, the people that are in the church are not perfect. So yeah, a lot of shit is going to happen. And then unclean spirits go into the church. There's all kinds of crazy stuff that goes on, and that's why you see the stuff on the news or read it in the newspaper or online, is because the doors are wide open to anyone that walks through that door. So just because you think that going to church is going to solve all your problems, sometimes it will add more problems to your life than actually before you even entered, because you're going there and you're going to learn. That's all it is. It's school, and you're going to learn the good, bad, and ugly. So just because you go to church, it doesn't mean that everything's just going to work out good. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to treat you kind. It doesn't mean because that's how we kind of believe before we go to church. At least that's how Starlight was. I was like, wow, this is where all the perfect people go. That was a joke, and a lot of you might have actually experienced exactly what I'm talking about. And I've met a lot of people on this journey that don't want nothing to go to a church because they've experienced similar things that I've experienced. So outside of us, we have a lot of negative influence. It could be your family, where you want to go for your dreams, but they don't want you to. They don't want to inspire you to do what you're doing, but they want to pull you back. And that's exactly how your ego is. Your ego is always going to pull you back. It's not going to help you to grow. It's not going to help you to become your greatest version. It's not going to help you to be the change that you want. No, it's going to go against all that stuff. So don't listen to your ego. Your ego is not your friend. And speaking of friends, you might think that you got friends out there, and are they really your friends? Do they really believe and trust in you? And I have one friend out there that does believe in me. So and he's been there inspiring me and helping me to grow and all that. And those are the kinds of friends that you really need in your life, because not all friends that you think are your friends are really there. And everybody's wearing a mask. So, watch out for those people out there that are wearing a mask. And I'm just trying to think that something happened the other day, and you got to watch out for all these tricks that people have. There's people that this life is a stage, and that's exactly what is going on. Is people are pretending, they feel you out and try to understand who you are, and then they put a mask on and they try to blend in with your energy and blend in with who they think you really are when they don't even know you. So really watch out when you think that you got friends in your life that they're just wearing a disguise to fool you and to pull you in. So it builds up trust in them, and then once you trust them and they realize that, that's when you got to watch out. So you really shouldn't trust people first thing. It takes time to trust people. You got to really spend a long quality time with these people before you just automatically let them in your life. And so you got to really be mindful of the kind of people that you spend time with. And are they there loving and supporting you? Are they your cheerleaders? And if they're not, then you're hanging out with the wrong kind of people. If they're pulling you away, taking your time away, like, what do you do with your friends? Do you just hang out? Starlight used to hang out, and everybody's got different definitions of what hanging out is. And Starlight used to hang out. I used to hang out with my family, some of my family members, where we would hang out. And what were we doing? What were you doing, Starlight, hanging out? And well, we were actually, this was a long time ago, I would hang out with some of my family members, and we would sit for hours smoking marijuana, getting high. And we did talk a lot, believe me, we talked a lot. But you know what? There goes 4 hours of my time that I could have been working on myself. So if you got people that are pulling you away, from discovering who you are, then they are not your friend. They are distractions, masquerading as your friend. So you gotta be mindful of the kind of people that you have in your life and the things that you're going around doing. Your ego is gonna, just like the way Christians word it, your flesh, it's gonna want you to do things that feel good that aren't good. Hey, yeah, Starlight, smoke some joint, drink some wine, it doesn't care about your time and doesn't care about being distracted. It's like, doesn't this feel good, Starlight? Don't you like sitting there, getting high on marijuana, and then before you know it, you're like, oh my, where did my day go? Well, there it went, on smoking marijuana, because Starlight can't drive right away. It takes some time to, so now I'm like, I got to stay here now because I got high. I can't go anywhere. I got to stay put until I'm safe to be able to drive a car again. So the thoughts that are in your head, pay attention. Is that thought serving me right now? Is that going to help me become the change that I want to see in the world, or become my greatest version? Is that thought actually positive? So when you get a thought in your head, ask yourself, is that my ego again talking to me, saying that, I'm too fat, or, look at all these flaws that you have, Starlight, is that what, because that's not how you should be. You really need to believe in, love yourself, and, so your ego is going to tell you all the negatives, and it's going to pull you away from really who you are and what, who you can be if you only took the time enough to spend time alone with yourself. Some of you, that I haven't met, but I don't want to be alone. Well, in order to find yourself is that you got to have that time alone. You don't always need to be around people, because those people, we all get habits. And Starlight had a habit long time ago, and is I had a habit of every day after, I did my work, and then I went in my apartment and I would do all my stuff that I needed to take care of first. See, I thought I was doing a good job. I thought, yeah, let me be responsible. I'm going to go home, and I'm just going to turn around because there's really not too much far to go. I'm going to go home, do what I need to do, take care of dinner, get that all ready. And then after I get all my stuff ready, do all my responsibilities, I thought Starlight was being a good girl. I'm being responsible by going home and working on what I need to work on, the things that are important. And then Starlight would get her music going, start lighting up some incense, and, is to have some wine and to start lighting up some a marijuana joint, listen to some music. And before you know it, it's hours that's gone by. And the next day, Starlight would go to work, go back home, do all her responsibilities, take care of what she needed to take care of, to be responsible. And I'm like, hey, Starlight, look at that. Your ego, see? Your ego is that, yeah, Starlight, you're doing such a good job. You're taking care of all your responsibilities. You did your dishes. You got your dinner ready ahead of time before you went and got high. And now I'm going to get high. And then before you know it, the next day, the same thing. I did this day in and day out. And on the weekends, it was even worse. On the weekends, it wasn't just at nighttime. It was like, hey, you know what? It's the middle of the day. I don't have any responsibilities. This is how your ego works. It sets you up for the fall. So don't be fooled by your ego, is thinking that, your ego is your friend. Your ego is not your friend. It will make a big, huge mess out of your life if you listen to that voice inside. Yeah, doesn't this feel good? Yeah, Starlight's like, yeah, I liked sitting here and dancing to my music. So it was an addiction. I didn't even realize I was having an addiction of every day is to, I felt good. But what was I achieving? What was getting done? Absolutely nothing. It was taking all my time. And I know some of you out there, that's what it's like. You like your glass of wine or two. Now it's 3, every night. Now you got it, your ego will like, hey, how can we get more money to get more wine? How can we get more, money to get more marijuana? How, it's going to set you up for the fall. And it's going to make you... It's going to make you think that you're doing everything right, and you're going to think that you're not doing anything wrong, but you're wasting your whole life away by, getting in those habits that are pulling you away from really finding out who you are. Some of you are like, I don't have any time, and that's what Starlight was doing. I don't have any time to work on myself. But hey, Starlight, didn't you have time to smoke marijuana and get high every day? Yeah, but I like that. Well, guess what? You got to sacrifice things in order to find out who you are. You got to let go of those things. Those are the things that are going to trip you up, where you're never going to find out who you really are. So you got to be willing to be strong and be disciplined and say, you know what, ego, get out. I am tired of listening to you. You know what? You're making a big mess out of my life. I thought you were my friend. And you know what, ego, you gotta get out of here. See that door, ego? Is that's the exit. I'm not going to listen to you anymore. I thought you were my friend. I thought you were here helping me out. I thought you were helping me to feel good about myself. But I realized, ego, that you were just tripping me up. You were not helping me out. You don't love me. And that's what you got to do. You got to let go of your ego, because it isn't your friend. Even those people out there that are pulling you, into alcohol, I don't have time to work on myself. Well, you got to figure out in your day, what time do you wake up? What time do you go to bed? What are you doing in between work? How many hours of work do you do? Are you overworked? So these are ways that you got to figure out on your own, is where can I get more time in a day so I can have that time, and be balanced to work on myself and find out who I am, and so I can have peace and prosperity and joy and abundance in my life, And so you do have to let go of your ego and listen to your inner voice that says, Starlight, you gotta, there's times, that's the war. I like smoking, I like drinking, but I'm not getting anything done. I gotta really let go of this. I gotta get my life back, and I gotta take my life back. And you do. You gotta, you know, it's not gonna be easy, but you gotta believe in yourself that you can stop those habits that are tripping you up, because that's exactly what your ego will do. Your ego will make you feel comfortable. Believe me, Starlight did that for freaking years. You know, and the money. How much money, you know, how much money in 1 month, you know, just smoking marijuana. That wasn't even counting how much wine I drank in 1 month, you know. How many wine bottles did Starlight? Boxes of wine, you know, and then I would even have, you know, bring my wine to my brother's house, or invite people, you know, family members to my house. Oh yeah, now we're really doing good. Now I got my family members here. Now, you know, this is really helping me to, you know, get connected with them. But no, it's taken all my time, you know, where I could find out who I am if those hours. So that's why I got to work extra hard now, is because of the time that I wasted, you know, by listening to music and dancing and having fun. And, you know, life is not a party, you know, and that's where the way society is. They think this is just a big old party, you know, and everybody's, you know, welcome to come to it. And that is going to trip you up. It's going to, you know, really mess you up. So don't listen to your ego. It's not your friend. And I love you so much, is that, you know, and really be there for the ones that have your back, and they're the ones that see that, they're the ones that have a voice, and they're going to tell you things that you don't want to hear. Like my friend helped me to stop marijuana, you know, and you really, you know, if you're into the one, you got to kind of end it all, you know. But I can't force you to do any of that. That is something that you have to be willing to make those changes in yourself, you know, is to say, you know what, she's right. You know, all these things, music, alcohol, cigarettes, marijuana, whatever your thing is, a lot of them are all connected. You start doing one, then you're going to want to do the other. You know, if I start smoking marijuana, I'm going to want to have wine. Then I'm going to want the music. Or if I start doing the marijuana, I'm going to want the wine and the music. You know, these are all tools that can be used against you. So don't be ignorant of these things. Be wise and be smart to say, you know what, I'm wasting my life away. And then, you know, then you're 80 years old, and you're like, what have I accomplished? Well, you went to work, right? And you party the rest of the time, right? And that's your life. That's your story. So you can come and you can have a better story than, hey, I partied my ass off all of my life, and I don't have anything to say what I've accomplished. So your ego is not your friend, and you gotta be strong and say, you know, you can wean yourself off of these things or get help. And that way then you can find out who you are and what your purpose is in life here. So anyway, I love you. This is Starlight. You can give this video a thumbs up. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can leave me a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And you could share my videos with your family, your friends, a cat, a dog. Your ego, your ego will get upset, see? If you watch videos and it's a great video to help you, and your ego won't like it, you know, that is when you know you might not want to watch the rest of a video, because it's affecting you in a good way, but your ego's not letting you listen to it. So otherwise, anyway, is you can also check out my playlist and find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingus Starlight. I love you so much. Say bye, ego. I don't need you anymore. I am strong. I can do this. You know, you got to believe in yourself. I love you so much. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.